Hello and welcome back to Charlie Waldock's Slimming, Obesity, Dieting and Weight Loss channel. Charlie's last chance to beat obesity.
I'm Charlie.
And I'm Mark. Charlie, what have we got in today's video?
Well, we're going to make one of those classics. It's a corned beef hash.
Oh, I love a corned beef hash.
But with a twist.
With a twist?
With a twist, because I don't like carrots.
Right.
So this is a no carrot corned beef hash.
A carrotless corned beef hash?
A carrotless corned beef hash.
Right. Are you substituting instead?
We are. We're going to put some peppers in there.
Right, okay.
We're going to, obviously, we've got the onion. But
Capsicums.
We are. And we're going to put some leek in there.
Leek. So I was under the impression that you didn't like green vegetables. That's green, but actually it's a member of the onion family, I've been told by my friend Pepper. But anyway, it's got green in it, so it must have some vitamins in it.
We're going to chop that up. We're going to chop it up nice and fine for
You won't see it then, will
And
you?
then we've got some
spring onions.
Spring onions as well, which we're going to chop up. We're going to throw a tin of beans in there as well, and we've got corned beef. Now, corned beef, I love it. Do you?
I do like corned beef. Do you know what? My dog loves it as well. It's great for getting the tablets in. Put a little cutaway of simmer in there, shall we?
Yeah.
So haven't you got some fascinating facts about corned beef?
Did you know 80% of all corned beef that's produced is produced in either Argentina or Brazil?
Okay.
Also, did you know this? Abraham Lincoln, have you heard of him?
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln, the president of America once, wasn't he?
That's him.
Yeah.
When he had his inaugural dinner, he had corned beef and cabbage.
Did he really?
On his inaugural dinner.
Well, if it's good enough for Abraham Lincoln, it's good enough for me.
I've got another fact as well.
Oh, 3 facts.
Do you know, opening these tins of corned beef, there are 6,000 accidents a year in the UK.
Wow.
From opening tins of corned beef, so do be careful when you open them. And in 1934, a woman murdered her husband with corned beef.
Right, okay.
She laced it with rat poisoning, a corned beef sandwich. Well, now, we're not going to use any rat poisoning in this recipe.
Well, that's a bright and cheery fact. Can I ask you some questions about this? Because I was under the impression this is quite fatty meat, isn't it, corned beef? Whenever you open it in, and I love it, don't get me wrong, it seems to be covered in, like, fat.
We're going to scrape that off. So what happens is, with the corned beef, the way it's produced, and it's like a salted beef. So they originally produced it because fresh meat didn't last for a long time. And it was produced and especially used during the war because it preserved it. It kept, you could have a tin of corned beef in the cupboard for years and years and it would still be fine. So when we open this later, because of the way it's been produced, all the fat will go to the top or the sides. So we will just cut that and scrape that off. Having said that, a little bit of fat in this is going to be really nice because it's going to give it some great flavour and great texture. And what we're going to do, we're going to really, when we do these potatoes, we're going to really get them to drop almost.
To fall. Crumble.
To crumble.
And thicken the
so that this is going to be eaten with a spoon in a big bowl.
Like a broth.
Doing 6 portions.
Right.
This lot has come to less than £6 in money.
Right, so that's still under £1 a portion. And
in terms of calories, per portion, 420 calories per portion.
Despite my worries about the fat.
Exactly. Right. So really, really good. Really.
We've got some baked beans here as well.
We're going to throw them in.
Baked beans for protein, fibre, superfood, isn't it, baked
Absolutely.
beans? All right, so we've got quite... In actual fact, I'm looking at this, and this is actually a balanced meal, really, isn't it? You've got veg, you've got meat, protein, and some carbohydrate.
And of course, what you can do, Mark, if you don't like corned beef, some people don't like corned beef, you can put in there
It's easy for you to say what is stewed beef.
Stewed steak.
Stewed steak, because you can get tins of stewed steak.
Stewed steak.
Right.
Or you could put turkey in there, or chicken. Or if you don't like meat at all, you could just put chickpeas in there, or just put loads more veg into that.
Corn, you can buy that corn mince, can't you?
Mince.
Yeah, we should do something with that one day, because I know that there's quite a few people, including me, that are trying to steer away a little bit from meat. In actual fact, you could probably do this without the corned beef at all, with those beans. You could even add those red kidney beans that we put in the chilli last week.
You could.
Are you doing the results as well?
Yeah, results this week. Pretty good, I've got to say. So with it being beginning of November, we want classical music and fireworks.
All right, okay.
For this bit.
Yeah.
Ta-da! That's the one. That's the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
£5 lost in a week.
You've lost £5 again.
Yes.
Because last week
I lost
was
4,
week 7,
yeah.
and you lost 4, but the average was just under £5. It was 1 ounce under £5 for 7 weeks, consistently losing weight. How are you doing it?
Well, I'm doing it through eating less and doing more exercise. We've talked about it before. 2 main things, less in and more out in terms of exercise. And of course, keeping my mind in the right place, staying focused, and writing things down and measuring things. So I've measured my steps again this week, Mark.
Right.
You might remember last week, because I was quite ill, that I hadn't done a lot of steps. I've done much better this week. So the
were you ill last week?
Did I not mention it?
No, you didn't mention that.
Don't start getting me started.
No.
So 5,451 steps.
Is that your average?
That's my average.
And what's your target?
5,000.
Smashed it.
Out
of the park.
Out of the park. And in terms of the calories, again, I'm going for 2,000 calories a day.
That's your cap, isn't it?
And that's my cap, my calorie cap. And I've done 1,800 a day, so we've smashed it there as well.
So 200 less than you, that's a 10%. So you're 10% under your cap.
Yeah.
Consistently. Do you think that's enough?
Yes, I think so for me.
Okay, so are you eating like this consistently? You're getting a nice balanced diet?
I'm trying to. I mean, it is difficult because I've got long days at work and it doesn't always work out. And, some days, when I'm off, I'll go out to the supermarket and I'll buy something. But I have been having, portion controls. So I've been having like ready meals and things like that, which have got portion control in there as well. And I've been
because you've mentioned a couple of times now that you've got a leg ulcer at the moment.
Yes.
And it's my firm belief that you've got to have your vitamins and your micronutrients to heal. Do you think you're doing that?
Well, I take a vitamin supplement as well.
Right.
So every day I take a vitamin, and I've also got. I also have my porridge, don't I, which is really nice. The oats are fantastic because it's slow release and it keeps you from being hungry. And I'm trying my best. Beans and pulses are my strong point. So I do like to have things like chili and con carne.
And do you know what? I mean, everyone's talking about this cost of living crisis, which is a fact. But if you go down to places like Aldi or Lidl, you can buy tins of beans and pulses, and they're actually really good value.
They are. And if you shop around, you can get some right good bargains. I mean, the dearest thing in this little collection, it doesn't look a lot there, but when it's all in a pan cooking away later, it'll look fantastic. The dearest thing is the corned beef. Now, that used to be quite cheap.
Right.
Got this from Home Bargains, and that was £2.49.
Okay.
So that was the most expensive.
That is quite dear, isn't it? Because I can remember corned beef being a lot cheaper than that.
I bet you, though, if you went to one of the leading supermarkets, it'd be even more expensive.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, because I have to get corned beef for my dog to have his tablets. And I compared the price of a tin of corned beef with sliced corned beef.
Yeah.
And the slice was cheaper.
Really?
Yeah. But it doesn't really work in this recipe because you want chunks, don't you?
Well, like I said, because we're going to let it all fall and we want it to be almost a bit mushy.
Yeah.
That the corned beef, really, we want it to be a little bit mushy anyway. So you could use corned beef slices if it's cheaper.
Okay, so I would want with this a nice chunk of crusty bread. What would you suggest instead of that?
Well, you could have the crusty bread if you want. If I maybe would have a wholemeal pita bread or something like that with that.
And would that be a difference in calories?
There would be. Obviously, in the crusty bread, it can be quite calorific. I would imagine you put a thick butter on yours as well.
I would probably put some butter on it, or even, And
then the wholemeal pita bread's quite good. A lot of people with something like this, now I don't like it, and I was going to get some for you, would go for something like red cabbage.
Oh yeah,
so that's a very popular.
I have actually got some in the fridge, so I'll have some with mine.
Yeah,
and that would add some more to the mix of vitamins, I suppose. Pickled cabbage, wonderful. So the results, to summarise, you smashed your steps target, you've smashed your calories target, and you've lost another £5. What's the total now at the end of week 8?
So after 8 weeks, I've lost £39.
So that again is between £4 and £5 a week.
Almost £5 a week.
Almost £5 a week, consistently, just by capping your calories and targeting your steps and
And
keeping
getting
your
this right. Yeah, that's
and
very
that video
important.
still to come on your ideas on keeping your head right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm just amazed and I'm delighted. And you know, with that list of things that you want to do that's in your pad there,
Yeah.
we'll be able to start doing those things.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, Mark, and I know you sometimes say I'm a little bit negative. I always say there's a long way to go, and there is a long way to go.
I don't really ever say that.
But I'm not being negative when I say that.
I don't ever say negative.
Oh, right.
I have asked you to stop moaning occasionally, but that's another story.
So I'm not being negative when I say I've got a long way to go. I have a long way to go, and I've been down this road at this point of the road many times, and I've turned back. What's keeping me going is obviously the people that watch the video.
Right, so I'm going to be solution focused now because I've received some advice on this. So in the past, when you have fallen off the wagon, what have you done differently to help you succeed? Come back.
What, and start doing it again?
Yeah, what's worked in the past to overcome those hiccups, the bumps in the road?
Well, all of these kind of things really work. Writing things down. Having goals and aims, things to focus on. And especially at this time of year, people have got Christmas dues coming up at work. You want to look fairly nice, so you might have a piece of clothing at home that doesn't fit anymore, but might fit if you can manage to lose some weight. So there's all sorts of reasons to, focus on, all sorts of things to focus upon. I find what helps me is writing things down, writing down the calories. I like numbers, so I like to write down the calories every day, and I like to write down my steps, and I just focus on everything and try and visualize myself being without pain in the legs, without pain in the knees, not having the leg ulcers, being able to, walk around and do things, even like at work, they sometimes send people on trips. I couldn't physically go on a trip with anywhere at the moment, but who knows, next year the world will be my oyster.
Yeah. Should we go to the kitchen?
Should we? And start cooking. You're going to do the cooking, I'll do the talking.
Yeah, you give it, because I don't know what I'm doing in the kitchen.
No.
You can give me, you're the chef, master chef.
Let's go. Yes, let's go. We're going to the kitchen. Bloody, I can't get up.
Fade. Right, so what do we do first, chaps?
Well, first of all, Matt, we're going to peel the potatoes, we're going to dice them, and we're going to get them on boil. So that's what we've done here. Don't forget to add some salt, because what happens with potatoes is they absorb all the flavours. So to get the best out of your potatoes, you need to pop some salt in them. Next, we're going to prepare the other ingredients, Mark, and that's chopping the peppers, and of course the leek, and the spring onions, and the onion, of course. Get chopping.
Chopped up.
Get chopping. Okay. So as you're chopping those, Mark, I'd like you to put them into a large frying pan to sweat. Now, that's a great thick bottom pan.
So these are going in there?
They are. You can
sweat.
You can pop a little olive oil in there if you want to.
Okay.
That's lovely. It's going to be a rainbow of colours, this, isn't it? Which is important when you're looking at food, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, because it's appetising, isn't it? The more colour it's got, the more appetising it's going to be. Because you do eat with your eyes, don't you?
You do. I think we do all three. Like I say, there's three different colours there, so there's lots of nice colour in there. It's going to make this a really nice dish.
Charles, that's almost as colourful as your socks.
Yes, not quite. Now, Mark, I want you to open the corned beef, but be very careful. Actually doesn't look too fatty, does it? It's a little bit there to scrape off. We're going to dice that up into small little pieces.
About that big?
Yes, I mean it's not an exact science because obviously it is going to break up a little bit in the final meal.
Do you think these potatoes are going to be ready yet to go in?
Well, we're going to prick them with a fork and see whether they're feeling a bit loose yet.
Oh yeah, they're getting there now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think we're just going to be about almost ready with the potatoes to go into that pan.
So you're saying drain them but save some of the water?
Yes, we want some of that water to go as part of the stock.
Alright, let me get my colander.
Okay. Again, it's not an exact science, so just throw some in, it doesn't really matter.
I'll put 2 ladles in then for now.
Okay.
Let's make it 3.
Okay. Let's put the corned beef and the baked beans in now then, and then cover the pan and cook for around 15 minutes on a medium heat, just simmering along once it's up to temperature. Oh, it's going to be amazing, this. A nice stir around. Oh, lovely. And that's going to really reduce down as well before the end, so it's going to be less full by the end.
Now Charles, before you told me about a secret ingredient, but you didn't tell me what it was. What is it?
I can't tell you, it's a secret.
Go on, spill the beans.
So we've got, don't spill the beans, we've got some soy sauce.
Bit of soy sauce?
Bit of soy sauce.
Just to
Yes.
give it a bit of piquancy.
Don't be scared, Mark. Never be scared when you're cooking. Just experiment in the kitchen.
Fair play. Is that enough?
That's lovely. That is lovely.
Lid on.
So we're going to make sure, we're going to put that on a medium heat. Pop the lid on.
Right, breaking down.
15 minutes.
You mash that now.
15 minutes, and then we will be ready to eat. Wow.
So there you go, Charlie. What have we got here?
Well, we've got Charlie's corned beef hash with a twist. Secret ingredient. Also, instead of carrots, we've got peppers. We've got spring onions.
Spring onions, yeah.
And what else have we got in there? We've got onion, and we've got leek as well.
Yeah.
So
a bit of veg, bit of potato, bit of corned beef. I'm having a bit of red cabbage in mine because I love red cabbage. Have a taste of it. Tell me what you think.
I will.
I'm going to do the same thing. All kind of beans.
And beans as well. I've got to say, Mark, that is absolutely delicious.
You've done it again.
We've done it again.
Last week you did it with the turkey chilli.
Yeah.
This week you've done it with a corned beef hash. I've got a little dog down here staring at me. He wants some as well.
And we've got 6 portions. Tell us your tip.
4 portions down here. And I ever told you this tip with these freezer bags. The great thing about these is if you squeeze all the air out and flatten it out like that, put it in your freezer, when you get it out, it defrosts quicker.
And this is your tea sorted out for the rest of the week, isn't it?
I've eaten them all week and I'll be very happy to do so. Really is good, take it from me. Wonderful, thanks Charles. Anything else to say?
No, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment below, hit the notification bell, and subscribe, and keep watching, and we'll see you soon.